All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ascendance of a Bookworm, Season 1, Episode 13. Books.
Books and
A
church.
magical paradise of books. Yeah.
And books with dubious stories. Maybe. We'll see.
Right.
It's religion, so we'll have to see there.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of faith in gold. And that's going to get you your in as long as you can get your parents' approval. I don't know why, you wouldn't, right? This will be fine.
Yeah, just abandon everything you've been building up to thus far to just go work in a church. Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Being close to the books, though, has got to be really exciting because now
Yes.
you actually see the goal right in front of you. And if you see what kind of things they actually find worthwhile to put within those pages, you might learn a lot more about the world that then you can take back to your Ascendance of the business worm
Indeed.
side of things.
Yeah.
But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. The choice to be an apprentice priestess.
Okay.
やらかしたんだよ、マイ。
Immediately like, what?
水場を探して迷子になって倒れた。
それだけじゃないだろ。
Maybe.
図書室見つけて。
There it is.
図書室？
図書室。それは神が作りたまいし。
From God himself.
お嬢様は本を読むために見込み習いになりたいと神殿長に直訴して倒れたのですよ。
何やってんだバカ！
ごめん。
これ以上余計なことする前に帰るぞ。
さすがにもうちょっと冷静になればよかったとは思うけど。
Just lost your head?
父さん。
なんだ？
私、神殿の見込み習いになろうと思ってるんだけど。
Why?
なんだと？もう一度言ってみろ。
Oh.
Yeah.
見込み習い。
ふざけるな。俺は自分の娘を神殿になど入れはしない。
Alright.
Is this because they only have a year left with her, or is there something else?
神官や見込み習い
No,
は
so you're probably
身
giving
寄
your
りの
life
ない
away.
孤児が生きていくために
Yeah. You're probably selling your whole
Gotcha.
everything.
孤児が仕方なく。
そうだ。分かったら二度と言うな。
ユンタ、マインは知らなかったんだから、
Yeah.
そんなにきつく言わない。
Let's educate her and the audience.
Right.
殿の本は諦めなさい。本なら今まで通り自分で作ればいい。マインは家族と縁を切って本を読むために孤児。
Yes.
今まで通り家族と過ごすのとどちらを選ぶ？
And they'd be controlling your access to the books, so...
見込み習いは神殿に住み込みできつい仕事をすることになる。体調管理もできないマイン。
It's a good point.
それに本は高価だ。見習いになったところですぐに触れるものなのか？
マイはそんなに巫女になりたい。
No, she doesn't. She just wants to read the books. No shortcuts in this world.
But you might have just found a potential customer.
と別れてまで巫女になりたいわけじゃない。あ、よかった。マイは一緒にいてくれるよね。体調のいい時に神殿長にお断りしてくるよ。
Oh, so soft, sweet.
熱が上がり始めたぞ。
話が終わって緊張の糸が切れたのよ。
Yeah.
Okay.
裏野だった時は何を置いてもまず本だった。いつの間にか家族のことが大事になってたんだね。
Yeah. I mean, you only have so much time. Why are you wasting it on potential thing that won't even earn you the money to get the magic item to then
Right.
actually save your life here?
Yeah.
旦那様が話をしたいって言ってたけど、
Yeah.
まだ顔色が悪いな。
明日神殿に行ってからベンノさんのお店に行くよ。ついてきてくれる？
いいけど、なんで神殿？
聖典を読ませてもらいに行くの。ついでに見込み習いの話。
Sure.
考えてもマインが神殿で暮らすのは無理だもんな。
Yeah, she's kind of bummed about it though.
勝手にフラフラするなよ。
失礼します。
You again.
Hello.
神官長だ。神殿長から話は聞いている。さあ、こちらへ。
ありがとうございます。
神殿長が戻るまで聖典を読んでやってほしいと頼まれている。
Fascinating.
Okay.
私、話が聞きたいんじゃなくて、本が読みたいんです。話も知りたいけど、知らない単語を覚えたいんです。
なるほど。だがこれは貴重な聖典だ。決して触らないと約束できるか。
Can't touch them.
So he'll turn the pages and all that.
ありがとうございます。
では読んでいこう。
本が間近で読めるなんて。
気の遠くなるような長い時間をたった一人
Can you point to which part you're reading so I know?
Right.
これほど吸収がいいと教えがいがある。
Okay.
待たせたようだな。
新館長が聖典を読んでくださったので、とても有意義で楽しい時間を過ごせました。
I remember why you're here, mine.
Right.
巫女は孤児がなるものだからダメだと叱られました。
孤児だけでなく貴族の子もいる。孤児の方が多いが、それは他の職業を紹介したり面倒を見てくれる者がいないからだ。
Sure, sure.
Right. Which does make sense.
孤児でなくとも巫女になれる。それは理解してほしい。
でも私、体が弱くて、神殿に住みながら見習いの仕事をするのは無理なんです。
この前倒れたのは体調が悪かったのではなく、普段から虚弱なのか。
Tell them.
見食いという
Alright.
病気で。
見食いだと。
Still?
はい。それが何？
Yes.
あれを持ってきてくれ。
分かっています。
Oh, shoot.
Watch them just cure her right now.
神に祈りを。
何なの？
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a proper.
に触れてみなさい。
私が触っていいんですか？
ああ、早く。
Jom.
何これ？
マイ、君のご両親と話し。
Gotcha. So that's how they were able to confirm, basically.
Uh-huh.
なんか大ごとになっちゃったみたい。
This is actually really
That's
good.
potentially really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like we
But
will
nothing's
treat your
free.
daughter basically in exchange for her working with us.
Yeah.
なんだ？もしかしてまた何かやらかしたのか？
何をしたのかわからないけど、多分やらかした気がする。
旦那様も待ってるぞ。首根っこ掴んででも連れてこいって言われてる。
久しぶりだな、マイ。
Ah! Ho ho! You failed to approach me!
Yeah.
それで、図書室に入るために見込み習いになろうと。
And she told him everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
少しは頭を使え。
Yeah.
この考えなし。それで、許可は出たのか？
家
No.
に帰って両親に話したら、巫女は孤児がなるものだからダメだって怒られました。新館長は貴族の子もいるって言ってたんですけど。
神殿には青の衣装と灰色の衣装のもの
Oh.
Gotcha.
を与えられず、貴族にこき使われ働いている。
Okay.
貴族でないお前がなるのは灰色の見込み習いだ。親が許すわけがないだろう。
そっか。だから父さんはあんなに怒ったん。
Yeah. They'd basically be a slave, yeah.
見込み習いの話は断れたのか？
それが、見食いのことを話したら、両親への招待状をいただいてしまいました。
これは完全に取り込まれる。
Yep.
神殿長と交渉できることを喜んでおくしかない。お前は運がいい。
Yeah.
This is a business opportunity.
これからベンノさんは私に。
Good.
Okay.
Give us the details too.
Yeah. All the sauce.
中央の政変で
Whoa!
大規模な粛清が行われ、
Define a few.
身を動かしていた貴族が減ると国力が下がる。そこで目をつけられたのが神殿の青色神官たち。
Okay.
親から疎まれ、厄介者のように神殿に放り込まれていた青色神官たちが貴族社会へ戻っていった。そうなると青色神官の義務だった寄付が減る。
Oh, wow.
孤児が仕事にあぶれ、生きていくのも困難になるんだ。
Greedy little.
大変じゃないですか。
もっと大変なことがある。 お前が触った聖杯は
Yeah, of course.
青色神官や巫女が魔力を注いで貯めているが、その力がたまらないと農作物の収穫が減る。
収穫量まで魔力で決まっちゃうんですか？
ああ、だから貴族が減った今、見食いは神殿に必要な存在となっている。
Wow.
あ
食いと魔力って何か関係があるんですか？
What?
お前知らなかったのか？魔力がほとんどない平民の中に稀に魔力を多く持って生まれる子を見食いという。
Right. It's them becoming mages, basically.
魔力だったんですか？
Yeah.
聖
Wait.
変前まで
How did you not figure that out?
見食いは貴族にとって目障りな存在でしかなかった。だが今は違う。
私の魔力を神殿が必要としている。
could sell it to him, maybe?
新たに契約魔術を結ばないか。
何の契約ですか？
お前が作ったものはルッツが売るという契約だ。
Ah.
お前が貴族に取り込まれそうになっても、この契約さえあればいざという時連絡を取り合える。
Nice.
Okay.
変な目にあったり嫌な思いをしたりするんじゃ。
No.
それよりマインの命が助か
Nah, he'll be fine.
Okay.
More worried if he just ends up being manipulated by Benno.
Right, exactly.
正式にマイン工房をギルドに登録し、商品の販路を確保する。
Okay.
金で待遇が変わるなら手に入る環境を作って神殿と交渉し
Yes.
Oh, okay.
されるだけでなく、中で利用し合える相手を探せ。
All
All
right, that'll
right.
be our
He's
head
actually
priest.
prepping her.
なんでベンノさんがそこまで。
Okay.
お前が生き延び
いやいや
た新商品ができ
It's not like I care about you or anything.
Right, right.
様はいつも危なっかしい前
Ah,
なんですよ。
yes. No.
マルク黙れ。
我が子のようにとまでは申しませんが、マインのことを親身になってし
Yeah, I wouldn't actually
Right.
say that, but I might
Of course.
imply that.
もちろんベンノさんにも感謝してますよ。
Cool. You got
Right.
good people looking out for you.
Serious.
紹介で証人見習いになるのかと思っていたけれど体力的に商人の仕事は無理だから諦めたの。ではマイン工房が作ったものをうちにも卸していただこうかしら。
Constantly trying, yep.
商品の売れ行きを予測するためにはできるだけたくさんの人から意見をもらった方がいいと思うよ。たくさんの人に？
Who?
そう試食会はどう？一口大に切ったいろんな
Nice.
カールを準備してどれが美味しかったか聞いてみるの。
Surveys at the door.
Mm-hmm.
いただきますわ。これから忙しくなるわ。試食会の日時が決まったらお知らせするわね。
Cool.
ではごきげんよう。
You still have to register our studio. Hello.
あフリーダとマインって似てるだろ。
Yeah. Ah,
だ
kinda, yeah. I thought she'd be like a great mass of people, but there aren't many. You mean commoners?
マインは本当に神殿に入るのか？
Means she'll live.
そっか。
ねえル
Yeah, you might not see her for a while.
一緒に本を作って売るって言ったくせに。
ごめんねルッツ。
マインが謝ることじゃない。俺の力じゃ何もでき。
Oh, I do want you to live.
マインと本を作りたかった。
そうだね。でも私は神殿に行っても本を作るのはやめないよ。それが私の野望だもん。
本に囲まれて暮らすっていう野望。
そうだよ。それぞれの夢に向かって頑張ろうね。
And after all, if you're the only one who's going to sell her products,
マインが一緒だから頑張れたんだ。マインと一緒に旦那様の店で頑張りたかった。
Yeah, had a lot of fun, yeah.
神殿に行っても変わらないよ。何か作るときは誰よりも先にルッツに相談するし。
Everything changed when she joined the church.
yeah, right.
もうマインの作るものには価値がある。
Emotionally, nothing will change, but practically,
かと作ることになってもなかなかうまくいかなくて結局ルッツを呼び出すことになる気がするんだよね。手伝ってくれる？私が考え
Yeah, yeah.
ああ、マインが考えたものは俺が作ってやる。
All of
right.
it.
yeah,
All of it.
let's go. That was beautiful.
えい
はいはい。
次はいよいよ神殿からの呼び出しですね。
Okay. Punch
何を
punch.
している？
少しでもいい条件を引き出すために
Right.
Yes.
両親に任せなさい。君には無理だ。
自分の
Don't tell me what I can't do. Huh?
だから言ったではないか。
Oh. Oh, that's sweet.
Okay. All right.
Other
All right.
things may change us, but we start and end with the family. All right.
Okay.
We touched a magic item.
We did.
We've got the key now to saving her life, and we're probably going to get that all squared away before the season's over.
Yep. Awesome.
Next episode, which I believe is the last episode of the season. Okay.
All right.
This is a big development. I like that the church thing was pushed back on initially because I
Yes.
wasn't really sold on the idea of her abandoning the whole business angle of things in order to basically just chase after a book that she saw, because it's
Right.
like, oh, cool, yeah, you saw a book or, tons of books. But you remember the magic barrier that was in front of that? The whole, oh, no.
That had to be done somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So far, the people you've seen actually, handling the books are adults or people in blue robes. So,
Yeah.
not you.
Exactly. But maybe with some negotiation, you can secure one of them.
Yeah,
blue
some
robes.
Benno advice. Gotta love that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that the dad fought back so hard here because he's like, what?
Yeah.
No. One, you've got a great thing going right now.
Right.
Two, no, you're not going to throw your life away and become a slave or a servant to some folky, hokey religion or what have you.
Right.
No. Stupid. No. And in a lot of ways, I kind of have been missing that because she's been so competent, so capable, that the parents haven't done the parenting thing in a little bit. So this
Yeah.
felt like the reminder of nope, sorry.
Hang on.
Put my foot down.
Yeah. Safety net.
I'm your father,
Yeah.
and I
And-
say so, and you don't get to
Right.
care about why. I will tell you why, but
Right. And
yeah,
I like
that's
that it was something where it was very different from the things that we had seen with Lutz and his parents, right? Where it's the thing that you're doing right now is fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're doing great. Stay the course, like that.
Yeah.
Don't get distracted just because you see, books and you're like, "Oh, maybe I could have this now."
Yeah.
Right? Like that's
you're still trying to not die,
right, exactly.
And you know that money isn't going to solve that immediately, but it could be a way for you to then actually have a deal with a noble or something.
Right, it got you another year, so
Right.
yeah, keep that going. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was really good because
But yeah, we
it's-
got lucky.
it's not often that I see parents in fiction have this kind of talk with their kids, but have it be because they're saying, no, you're already doing great.
Yeah.
Usually it's the, no, you need to do this because this is what we want you to do or
Right.
something.
Now, to be fair, that's read in between the lines. He didn't actually say you're doing great. The thing that I feel like is good about this is that, he's just thinking of, no, you're not going to throw your life away for the next, little bit of time you have, 10 months, 6 months, or whatever.
Yep.
Just to do this. It feels good to have this happen in a way that, boosts your confidence. Yeah.
Right.
But I like the other detail that, hey, there's more to it. Your dad doesn't even really know all the details. He's right.
Yep.
But also, there was a political coup that happened recently, and there was a reduction in nobility. So, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of the nobles were just killed. Cool. So there was a power transition. That's interesting. The idea also then that a bunch of the nobles who might have just become orphans themselves had their kids,
But
then
we're
go
noble
with the
orphans.
other orphans.
Right.
Feels I don't know. There's something kind of funny about that in a dark way. Of
Yeah.
the nobles oh, we would never work
No,
with
the
the commoners.
commoners.
And it's
Shit.
your parents are all dead because of
Right,
the,
so you don't
the
have
coup.
money anymore, and now
So go
Yeah.
where the other orphans are, and it's like,
right.
but Dad, I mean, Uncle.
Yeah, and I like that Benno was the one to point that out. Of hey, even though the people working there are not being paid, right? It's they're just they get to live there and all that stuff and whatever. The church needs money, right? They still have to buy shit just like anybody. And so, me as the businessman, I can tell you, a bit about how they might be influenced by things, how they have been influenced by things, but also where you actually have negotiating power. I
You
really
have something
like
they
that.
need, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
cool.
mana, which is kind of interesting. The idea that the mana affects things like harvest and stuff. So
Right.
obviously they confirmed the thing that we had suspected and in some ways just taken as fact for a while now. That the devouring is literally just the mana trying to break out of its, casing here being mine here. But because she's not basically giving it the means to do it naturally, it's hurting her body. So therefore, the devouring.
Right.
And because the commoners don't have the means to actually solve that problem with magic items or just proper teaching of how to use magic, probably, well, nobles, the commoners just don't have magic, and the ones that were about to just die.
Yeah, and so it makes sense that they would the nobility would specifically make it so that it's even if you're like super wealthy and all that stuff, you're still not of noble blood. So we'll give you, we'll sell you at exorbitant prices the knockoff reject items, but the actual shit that we use to make barriers for our library and stuff, you don't get access to that.
Well, the other thing is just the idea that mana is something that enriches all other things as well. The idea that farm produce is affected by the mana that's potentially available for it. So if someone, needs more there, you just have a noble come by or somebody with actual magic stored in a magic item, and you just be like, blip, blip.
Yep.
Okay, we've now blessed your...
Right.
It seems like it makes a lot of sense why they've built a faith now around this thing.
Exactly,
It's
right.
Is it actually religious
power?
power?
Miracle.
Or is it just they've got a whole bunch of goblets with stored mana in there,
Right.
but they're starting to run out, you know? And it's like, it's a shortage situation
And
here.
the idea that would be something that they wouldn't let anybody know, right? Because...
Well, Benno knows about it.
Well, Benno knows about it, but you would think that if they have a situation where they're like, we need more mana, okay, let's find some orphans that have the devouring.
But that's
right?
the thing. The devouring is rare. It's not a thing necessarily that they would look for there. If anything, they'd try to grab more nobles. They try to grab more people that actually have magic. And
that have a stable...
that have a stable flow.
Sure,
So they
right.
preferred to not have nobles because they, one, solve the money issue, but then they, two, also are just going to probably have themselves their own access to magic.
Right.
But, geez, I mean, this completely flipped on a dime with just the, we actually need you. You're desperately so magic item. There you go.
Yep.
I'm kind of astonished. It feels too easy.
Yeah, they took the conflict and they turned it 180, which I don't entirely have a problem with because I like the idea of that conflict being resolved. We've gotten to the point where we hit a progress milestone with it.
We did.
And it does introduce other complications because now it's not just the church, but they're also setting up political stuff.
Yes.
So,
that's the place things have to go with the nobility angle being the next stage of things as the grounds by which she will be playing within will head up to that level, as given our bookworm is going to be ascending. But yeah, I don't know. I feel a little bit bummed by it, kind of, because I like the potential emotional angle that they can get at with Lutz, mine, the family of just no, we're trying to save her life here. And if they do it where they're like, okay, this magic item will get you covered here for definitely at least another 2 or 3 years or what have you.
Sure.
But, the devouring doesn't go away. This is just actually what magic is. So you're going to need to have an actual proper setup with this. And the church will, readily re-up you every year,
Oh, yeah, you turn...
So you'll physically start growing again. You'll start, actually, being just better in general. You'll start actually, being healthier.
Right, you went from having, crazy medical debt to being on an oil, site. Where it's All right, cool. And now just like you could theoretically like sell it to the church potentially, you know, depending on how Benno and you take things.
I really hope they don't. The idea that she's got magic and she's going to be able to survive with it, I'm just really excited that she's going to be using it and doing what she can once she actually learns how to use it.
Oh yeah, making paper would get so much easier.
Making paper would probably be a joke at that point. It's
Right.
the, like,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to now rewrite reality and be like, there's mana in this ground. It will be more fruitful.
Yeah.
What?
Right, exactly.
I'm still reeling over that. The idea that...
Right. Like that, because that's pretty crazy. Like having a barrier or something, okay, that's pretty... All right, you know, it's pretty standard.
I can't move in the room.
Right. But being like, hey, here's something that is complex and not necessarily going to be... you know, fully understood by the person that's working it, right? It's just the land will do better. You know,
I'm multiplicating nutrients back into the ground.
Yeah, exactly. You know, something like that, right? Like that's pretty wild.
Well, it's anything that transmutes the energy of magic into something that is then tangible and able to go beyond just its immediate transfer from one place to the other, you know, like a sold good, you know, something that could then be consumed, or something that then could be like, oh, I don't know, helping the commoners have just better food supplies, just lowering the price on just grain.
Yeah, this is the world's about to open up in a big way.
Exactly, it's about to get really big, which does feel good that we're moving in that direction at the end of the season here, because the scale has been rather small for the majority of this, but that's made it feel kind of cozy and comfy.
Right.
And so I don't want to just wholly abandon it in one go and be like, all right, now we don't have any threat of, you know, pain, death, or, you know, frail body or what have you.
Right, exactly. You know, where's the conflict now at this point, especially with the scene with Lutz in mine was great.
That was wonderful.
I love that was brought up. And yeah, even if you have the whole thing where like you're still gonna, you know, only like have him sell your products and all that stuff, this is going to be a new chapter of your life, right? Like things are going to change pretty dramatically. And so it's, you know, you've made the promise to figure things out through that change. Great. But it's still going to be a big change.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we're at this point in the story.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have the conflict be about, you know, things that aren't anything to do with the inner state of our characters here.
Right. It was one of the things I think
making books is cool. I want to have that and another conflict. It's an emotional one, you know.
I think one of the reasons that the devouring and all that stuff made such a good, like, motivating force for our main character, beyond just the I need to survive thing, was the idea that the magic in this world is limited and so defined by its limitations, right? Once you make it where it can actually, like, it really does feel more like a curse than anything else, right?
Oh, it is a curse. It absolutely is a curse. Yeah.
And so now that we're getting to the place where we're actually starting to hear about the ways in which it can be used, it would be very easy for that to become something where it can do too many things, you know?
Yeah, it's just not a problem anymore. But yeah, really, really fun, tender stuff with family.
Yeah.
Really good emotional stuff with Lutz. Benno, yes, thinking of her as like another daughter, the guy that's, you know, never married and stuff. It's like, I totally get it. Yeah, Mark,
good
you're
job.
Good man. Great secondary,
man, like,
tertiary character. Yeah.
I'm not going to, you know.
I'm not going to say that he.
I'm not going to say,
that,
right? Like it's the.
But I am going to say, you know.
I've been working with Master Benno long enough to know exactly how far out of line I can step. And so I'm going to do that right here, you know?
Yep, exactly. Right up to the line. Great stuff. But hey, if you set up a revenue stream before going into the church, it's effectively all just getting set up for your bank for when you're done.
And then that could be something that then from the church's perspective, they might be like, great, effectively you're kind of like nobility for us at this point, right? Because like you've got the magic, which we need, and you also have like active money and stuff. So, all right, cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then she just starts learning and absorbing everything.
Right.
and then they're not ready for it all.
Yeah. Take the whole
What
place
she'll
over.
become, yes. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.